Hello, in this video, we're going to be solving question 3 of 2021 Junior Mathematics Olympiad first round. We're asked to find how many times there will be if we expand the product a plus b plus c times d plus e plus f times p plus q plus r plus s times x plus y plus u plus v plus w. Okay, so before we go into the main question, let's look at some smaller examples. So let's say we're asked to multiply or to expand the product a plus b times, let's say, x plus y plus z, right? Okay, so if you're expanding this, you get a will multiply by x to give ax, right? A will multiply by y to give ay, a will multiply by z to give az. And also notice that b is going to multiply by x, b will multiply by y, and b will multiply by z. And when they multiply, you have bx, by, and bz respectively, right? So when you expand this is what. So let's look at the second example. So let's say we're trying to expand a plus b times a plus b plus x. So just as before, a will multiply by a here, a will multiply by b, and a will multiply by x. And once those multiplications happen, you will have a squared plus ab plus ax respectively. And then b here will multiply by a, b will multiply by b, and b will multiply by x. And once you do those multiplications, you have ab again, b squared, and bx. Okay, so if you notice here, right, in this first expression that we have here, we can't simplify this further because, for example, ax appears once and only once, ay appears once and only once, az appears once and only once, and so on for the rest of them, right? But for this second expression that we have down here, for this second one here, we can simplify this further because some terms appear multiple times. For example, ab appears twice, right? So we can simplify this further to be a squared plus 2ab plus ax plus b squared plus bx. So if you notice here, when we multiplied a plus b and x plus y plus z, we had 6 terms initially, right? So we had 6 terms here, and that was the least it could be, right? Since we didn't make any further simplifications. But in this second expression that we had down here, we also had 6 expressions initially, but because we're able to combine some terms together and we had to combine them together, we ended up with 5 terms, right, instead of 6. So the reason for this is because some terms appeared twice in this second bracket, right? So a plus b appeared, a and b appeared here, and it also appeared in the second bracket. So that's the reason why you were able to simplify this further. We started out with 6 terms, but then if you simplify it further, which you should, you end up with 5 terms, right? So that's the reason why if the question asked you how many terms do you have here, the answer will be 5 instead of 6, right? But then the reason why this answer was 6 and remained 6, that's the reason why I couldn't simplify this further after expanding, was because no term appears twice, right? A appears once and just once, b appears once and just once, x appears once and just once, same with y and same with z, right? And also, if you look at this question that we have here, so that's the question we're given, the a plus b plus c times the remaining letters. No letter appears twice, right? So when we expand this, nothing is going to end up appearing twice and we'll have to join it together, just like the way this a plus b happened here, that we had to combine these two a plus b's together. So when you expand this, this thing that happened with a plus b here won't happen. So now that we have that in place, right, so let's talk about how to solve this now. Okay, notice that, for example, here in this, after simplifying this expression here, we had az somewhere. So we got az by multiplying a from this bracket by z from this bracket. So that's how we got az. If we look at bz, for example, we got it by multiplying b here by the z here. If you look at ay, for example, we got ay by multiplying the a in this bracket by the y in this bracket. So what happens here is that every number that you get where you expand the expression on the left hand side is a product of one number from each of the brackets. So it will be a product of one number from this bracket here and one one letter variable from this bracket here and another variable from this bracket here. Okay, for example, if you look at ax here, ax is the product of a from this bracket and x from this bracket. The first ab we got here was the product of this a here and the b here. So a similar thing also happens here. So each expression that you have on this right hand side, that's from here onwards, each expression you have here is a product of one term from the first bracket and one term from the second bracket. And if you have more brackets, so let's say you have a plus b times m plus n times x plus y plus z. So if you have three brackets, for example, each term you have when you expand this will be a product of one term here from this first bracket, one term from the second, and one term from the third. Okay, so now let's now okay, and then if you're asked to find how many terms there'll be if you expand this, since you know each term on the right hand side will be a product of one from the first, one from the second, and one from the third, it means that there'll be 2 times 3, which is 12 terms, right? Since each of the terms you get will have one letter from here, one letter from here, and one letter from here. So let's go to the question we're given now. So the question was we're to find how many terms we will have if we expand a plus b plus c times d plus e plus f times p plus q plus r plus s times x plus y plus u plus v plus w. So once you expand this, right, every term you have on the right hand side will be a product of one term from this bracket here, and we have three terms here. So you pick one of these three from this first, you pick one of these three from this second, you pick one of these four from this third bracket, and you pick one of these five from the fourth bracket. And since you can pick, we'll pick one of these three, one of these three, one of these four, and one of these five. The total number of terms you have when you expand this is going to be equal to, so the total number of terms will be 3 times 3 times 4 times 5. And if you multiply that out, you get 180. So 180 will be our answer. And just as I mentioned before, the reason why after I multiply these terms out, no term will appear twice and you have to combine it together is because every every variable appears once and just once in this expression here. So that's how to go about solving this question. The answer here is E180.